It's no-co going loco. That's right. North Korea on the brink tonight, wasting no time bashing South Korea. And its ousted leader reports that the leading replacement candidate is a U.S. skeptic. That's right. A U.S. skeptic may take over that South Korea and favors stronger relationships with China to influence North Korean activity. Here to discuss it all, Captain Chuck Nash and Gunny Jessie Jane Duff. Captain Nash, let me start with you. This North Korea thing is getting frightening, and now all of a sudden the political turmoil in South Korea creating an opening for even more belligerence, perhaps something that will push us to conflict, physical conflict.
You know, Japan is starting their own preemptive capability up. You're looking at the U.S. being challenged. They fired 26 missile tests just in 2016, all of them, of course, against international sanctions. And the Chinese just cut off coal imports, which is one of the major, if not the major, export commodity that North Korea has for cash. So they are bound and determined they're going to get intercontinental ballistic missiles, and they already have a nuclear weapons program. You put those two things together, and you are asking for a preemptive strike. You're begging for one.
Well, Jessie Jane, you know, those missile launches that came close enough to Japan, you know, listen, if there aren't red flags out there, to Captain Nash's point, there have to be at this particular time. We've taken some action with those THAAD missiles, but should we be doing more? Do you think we'll do more?
Well, right now, President Trump has already suggested that he's going to send B-52 bombers over to the area. He also has an aircraft carrier that is in the South China Sea ready to deploy. We are also looking at sending the THAAD missile defense system over there to ensure that they're able to shoot down any of these strikes. 4 of these missiles were fired from North Korea just last week alone and landing in the South China Sea. So this essentially is Kim waving his finger at Donald Trump, President Trump, stating, I'm not afraid of you, nor am I afraid of South Korea.
Nikki Haley of Captain Nash has said what we all kind of know. This is a very unpredictable person. I don't know that you can do any kind of military gamesmanship to understand the next move when you deal with someone this unpredictable, and perhaps with his back against the wall, seemingly against the wall, he may strike out.
Well, the Chinese foreign minister said that you've got two countries that are headed for a head-on train wreck. He understands that that Kim Jong-un is crazy, and he is crazy because if he keeps pushing this, he has to know, because this president has already said flat out they will not get that capability to launch intercontinental ballistic missiles with nuclear weapons. So he is begging to be struck. Now, what he intends to do with that right after, I don't know, but I don't think you can find anyone who would think for a minute that North Korea could win a war against the United States, South Korea, and Japan. Isn't going to happen. Unless
it's a third-generation nutcase who has a skewed vision of the world. Guys, I want to ask real quick about the budget, because now there's a lot of talk about fiscal hawks versus, you know, doves, and just how much money should be spent on the military and where it comes from. Jessie Jane, how much of a priority should this be? President Trump promised to bring the military back to a force that can protect us.
Well, what a lot of people don't understand, with Donald Trump saying that he is going to increase the military budget at the largest rate ever, they had suffered, the Pentagon suffered $100 billion cut between 2011 and 2014. So $56 billion is moderate compared to what has already been cut. They need to reinstate this budget, because right now our aircraft, we only have 70% of the FA-18s in the Marines are incapable of flying in combat. Only 3 of the 50 combat brigades in the United States Army are ready to go to combat. We can't even take on a primary adversary right now, such as Russia or China. So can we afford it? We can't afford not to do it. And that's what a lot of people on the left don't understand.
Jessie Jane Duff, Captain Nash, thank you both very much for your service and your expertise tonight. Thank you.